Hi, this is John Robertson. Welcome to our input to YouTube, and hopefully giving you some information about what's happening in Parliament. Well, the referendum is going as I would expect. The media are trying to make a case for it. Salmon has been found out on a number of occasions of not so much lying, but perhaps I would say not giving the whole truth. And he's certainly got himself into a bit of a pickle on immigration, which is something that's being discussed in Parliament today. And whether you agree with whatever side you're on, the fact of the matter is it is a problem, and it has to be addressed by whoever's in government. If we have a different set of rules north of the border to south of the border, then you automatically have to introduce border control. And that would cause all sorts of problems in relation to the referendum and independence. Add that to Mark Carey, head of the Bank of England, and him saying that Scotland can choose between independence, and I'm not using his exact words, but they can basically choose between independence and the pound, but they can't really have both. The reason being, of course, do you want a foreign country telling you how you have to work your fiscal policies, because that's what would happen under those circumstances. And you'd have to ask the question, how independent am I? So I think the independence argument is a bit all up in the air at the moment, and I'll be interested to see what the next lot of opinion polls are going to say, because this is certainly one that's pulled the rug from under the independence feet. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, ever since we had the big six in, having a go about them, about the prices and the price rises, and of course we just had the network companies in who had the problems of the outages over Christmas, and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who were cut off, albeit some for a short length of time, others for longer. So I've been interviewing members of these companies on behalf of the select committee. They've given me the job to do that, particularly to find out how they're going to protect vulnerable customers, and of which we had the first two meetings today. And very interesting. It's not to have a go at the companies to say they're bad people, it's to find out exactly how they can do something about these people and how they find out the information about who is vulnerable and who is not. Well, post office services are a very emotive subject, of course, from previous government and this government, and the fact of the matter is it also goes down to vulnerable people in a lot of ways. And if you're going to close post offices, if you're going to change the way Royal Mail works along with the way the post offices work, then the people who always suffer are the ones that use them. And so my speech was about that. It was also about trying to give an even playing field to post offices, in that they can do the same as you and I could do online. A lot of people don't like to go online or don't have the facilities to go online. Glasgow has one of the lowest uptakes in broadband, and computer literacy is lower there than it has done in other areas. So to be able to go to your post office and do everything there as if you were online but somebody else doing it for you would make it a lot easier. And therefore a lot of my speech was about an even playing field for these people, to make sure, one, the post offices survive, and two, that they can do the job that people who don't have the facilities that others do can get that facility and get the service that they need. I also talked about having what we called back in the previous government, the People's Bank. We talked about that as well, about how people can have access, because post offices are used more and more for getting money, and want to make sure that that facility can go on. After all, there are more post offices about than there are bank branches. So, and that's how we'd like to keep it, and keep it going that way. It helps the banks and it helps the post office. So hopefully that will maintain post offices in the future. Okay, thanks very much. These are just a few things that have been going on. Immigration will be a big one over the next week or two, and I'll probably come back to that. But for now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you at a later date. Thank you.